So this will be the first episode.
Can we do like this is episode 4, and then we do a prequel? I think
So we start with like a good one first, and then
we go
do
back
something
and do
very, very
3
shitty.
horrible ones.
All right. So this is a Nerd Life. My name is Robert Swatho. This is.
Corey.
We will be having several guest appearances over the different weeks, different people, depending on the topics. This week is.
Fucking anything? Like, what are we talking about?
This is your
we're talking
name?
about Star Wars. Oh,
You're talking about your name.
my name is Brian.
And I'm Eric.
How about we start with what games are you playing right now or have just finished?
I just finished
Brian.
Platinum in Arkham Knight. I am going back and doing cleanup trophies for Arkham Origins, and then probably some Far Cry 4. Yep, it's gonna be fun.
You're not playing Final Fantasy VII?
I platinumed it already. I'm done with it.
By what, cheating?
Yes.
I planned up in 97.
I did all that stuff when I was 13. I'm not gonna go back and grind my way out to a gold chocobo and ruby weapon again. I cheated. I don't care. I want my trophies.
You couldn't beat Ruby Weapon?
I did the first time, and one of the first times Robert and I talked was because I was like the second person he knew that beat Emerald.
So
and Ruby
when
Weapon.
did you play it? Originally?
Jesus, probably like 98.
So you were awesome when you were 13, and
Yep.
now you're a pussy.
Yeah, and now I cheat. I don't have time to work out. It took me 20 minutes to beat Ruby because I just Omni-slashed him 500 hits to death for 20 minutes.
Eric and I played Animal Crossing nonstop until I did the cheat codes, and you could get unlimited bells, and then it just fucked the whole game up.
Remember, it unlocked all the Nintendo games, and I'm like, it's gonna go in the trash now.
Yeah, basically. And Katrina, she got every single bug and every single fish in that game. She had a statue of herself. She paid off everything. I was like, oh my god. Corin, playing.
Oh, I'm playing Fallout still. 16 days and counting.
That's logged.
Yeah, what's
Into the game.
What's the math on that?
So
16 times 20.
once you
260 something hours.
I'm gonna take
No
your word for it, but I
way.
doubt that's. No,
So
it's
it's not in-game hour or in-game days.
No, it's added up. They count
because I
minutes,
have
hours. Yeah,
It's 384 hours if it's 24 hours.
I beat Skyrim at 290 something. I remember. So,
Okay, so you're not at 384 for Fallout.
he's putting more time into that.
I
than
would
he
say
has
because
Skyrim.
there's settlements in this, and I've messed around more.
I thought you have a job. How
Yeah,
do you work and do that?
that's all I do.
Well,
I'm kind of envious. to
dude,
be honest.
I have. You don't have any responsibility like Eric and I. I mean, we have 2 kids, and I've still put in.
You have 2 kids together?
Yeah, I have.
Congratulations. I had no idea.
I have 2 days and 8 hours in that game. I mean, you know how much time I've had to put aside and just be a terrible dad to put in 56 hours?
So if I can get you to do 56 hours of Fallout, does that mean you're going to come work out with me one day?
No.
You just wanted to hike cows the other day. We should go work out.
No, I want to hike this. Let me conquer this little mountain over here before I throw up on that mountain. Anyways, what are you playing? Nothing?
No, I've been playing Arkham Knight slowly. I haven't ignored my kids since Destiny was out, so.
I saw your YouTube, Twitch playthrough thing today.
Oh, from this morning?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You
What was
upload?
it?
I set up my PlayStation 4 to stream to YouTube. And
Nice.
it saves all the files.
Everything?
Just only gameplay. If you go to the menu, it'll start the stream.
That's a lot of gameplay to upload.
It was like, an hour and 10 minutes?
Yeah, usually like an hour at a time.
Yeah, who wants to watch it?
Nobody.
I tried. I was the second view.
I wasn't editing it, and I'm like, somebody else was watching it.
It was me.
All right.
I think I was on the toilet.
I save my Fallout
Thank you
clips,
for that.
but I don't save whole hour long.
Well, I mean, I don't
I
have
don't-
to do anything. I just say start broadcasting and then end, and YouTube just takes care of everything.
Yeah, it probably kills your internet data usage for the month.
I don't have a data cap. What is this?
I don't know. You probably have an invisible one. They say you don't have one, but after
the
you
5
use,
gigabyte
and then it'll
slows
just-
down your shit.
Yeah, and then you get horrible service for the rest of the month. But that's okay, as long as 2 people on YouTube enjoy it. It's worth it.
I don't know if I'd said I enjoyed it, but actually, I only watched for 45 seconds, and then I had to get off the shitter.
This this fucker was making fun of me so bad at work because I'm going through Fallout and you're part of the Minutemen, and I fucking found this Minutemen General's uniform, and I wore it for the first 40 hours I played the game. I was getting armor and shit that was so much higher than the stuff I was wearing. But I'm like, I don't care. I'm part of the Minutemen. They need to know that I'm the general, and they need to know that I'm fucking in charge. So I can't change my.
I don't think there's
The
any
uniform.
difference in gameplay if you wear. You just screwed yourself out of like dying like 80 times.
Someone
did.
told me there was a glitch that like a not camo, like an army suit like can weave with another piece of armor and it creates like double armor, but it goes under your armor.
If you played the game,
No.
I don't know if it's a glitch, but you can get that perk through the railroad.
yeah. If you side with one faction, they can improve like.
It was something about
Some
combining
cloth armor.
like an army uniform with some synthetic material and it creates a little armor and then you put on your armor.
You said it's a glitch.
No,
It's not a
It's not a
glitch.
glitch.
Because
It's
just
just
perk.
there's a gameplay thing, and that's I wear Under Armour. It's a military outfit that is way higher armored level than anything else, and then I just wear gear on top of it that
That might
has
be
awesome perks.
I
So
think that might be it. Then.
yeah,
There's a handful of stuff that you can wear under your armor, like army fatigues, or they have the Brotherhood of Steel jumpsuit.
I think there's like 6 things that could allow all the armor pieces to go on top of it. But the Vault jumpsuit being one of them, which is what I wore half the game.
I have to keep myself from doing more story missions because I do story missions and then I get curious about what comes next. And if I do what comes next, I'll do what comes next after that, and then I'll end up beating the game. And I know you can play after you finish the end of the game, but then I'm like, well, I already fucking finished the game. Why do I want to keep
Yeah, I want to save that for dead
playing?
last.
So I stopped doing story missions, and I need to do the U.S. Constitution or the USS Constitution.
So funny.
Yeah, and some other ones, but and then Corey and I are gonna play Witness.
Yeah.
Witness, are you gonna
Hopefully.
play with us?
I probably should.
If we all play at the same time, we can do this again and we can talk about it then.
We just all have to
wanna
pony
play
up
it?
$40.
It's like a puzzle
I don't
game.
think Eric will.
I don't even know what it is.
It's a puzzle
Oh.
game.
It's the same,
That's
it's
even
the same
better.
guy that made Braid, and then he made this game. It's like 50 hours long. It's a gnarly.
Yeah. Jonathan Blow. You ever play Braid? Know what
No.
it is?
Play was good.
I've seen it. I've never played it.
You know, a
It
guy,
was good.
great a guy like super makes video games super well and thoughtfully. And,
But isn't this only his second one?
I think he made a game before Braid, but I don't know it. That was his rise to fame.
This
But
board is though.
he's been touting this one. I think somebody quoted 7 years, but I don't know. So
Yeah, I'll play it.
I guess a ton of people are stealing it, and he's super pissed off because it's taking away from the profits of the game for him to make the next
He
game.
pointed that out. That it was the most popular thing on Pirates Bay. But I mean, then again, that changes week per week. Every game that's just released is the most popular game, being torrented. But I think he's made.
Side note: don't torrent games. It's
Yeah.
illegal.
I think he said he's about to make more money already on Witness than Braid because
He said it in a
charging-
week. He said he
Well,
in a
it's
week
$40
he sold-
compared to $15, right?
Yeah, and
Well, he made it in a week.
his name is known now, and the game's getting such good press.
I know,
So
dude, IGN gave it a 10.
yeah, I was
That's why
surprised.
he was like, hey, do you want to play this game with me next? Because we were playing at the same time now. Plus, it gives us something to talk about on this, which is incredibly difficult because we work together, and trying not to talk about this shit at work is incredibly difficult.
Yeah,
But
he
I-
shut me down like 4 times trying to talk about stuff.
I don't know how good you are at puzzle games.
I'm excellent at puzzle games. That's how my mind works.
Yeah,
It's
your
in a
mind's a puzzle.
puzzling manner.
I'm not good.
No,
He will not
No.
contribute.
This morning I was working on regular stuff, and some of them, Bernadette's just like, "What are you doing? This is how you solve it." I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's a fun game. I'm glad I'm done with it. I'll play Witness though.
Okay, well, we'll do that next.
Are you gonna do all of Fallout and then do Witness?
Yeah.
So we have like
I wish it
how
came
much
on
time?
disc.
Another 2 months. Is it digital only?
I think so.
Yeah.
If it came on disc, I'd buy it straight up. But I'm like
Um,
downloading.
No,
Cash.
I'll probably put another 2 days into Fallout, maybe.
Maybe in time.
Yeah, maybe a day. I'll probably put another 20 hours into it. So I'd say next month we
Yeah,
can probably do it.
I think I'm on the downhill stretch where I got like 150 hours left. So I'm coasting. to
Under
finish.
50 or under 100?
150.
About 150, and I beat the game. So just I'm on that last stretch.
Is that how long Fallout 3 takes to beat?
If you play through like story missions, or like Elder Scrolls or something,
You
you
beat
can beat
Fallout
it in
3,
15 hours.
Yeah.
But if you want to do
We
it,
did all the DLC.
Yeah, I don't remember how long I spent on the main story or the main game, but I beat all 5 DLCs for Fallout 3.
Really?
The first one I did was the one where you go on the spaceship and I found the alien gun, and it made
Wrecked
it so
everybody?
easy. I just destroyed everything after that.
I didn't do the DLC on
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3, but I did one on New Vegas, which was. Did you do any on New Vegas? Did you, oh. Well, it doesn't
I
matter.
didn't play it.
I went to the desert and I found out was it the Faceless Man or whatever it was? There was some mythological thing.
The Caesar's Legion X.
Yeah, he was a pain in the ass.
His ex number 2. I forget what they call them.
Although if you're
you heard that he was burned alive and shoved down a mountain, and he was still out there roaming somewhere. Yeah,
If your charisma's high enough, though, you can talk them out of fighting you. So I mean, it's like,
it's like every fight.
yeah,
Isn't there a guy that did Fallout 4 like that? He beat the whole game without killing anyone.
yeah.
Because he upped his charisma and just out talked and found just glitches to.
Yeah, he
He used his companions to kill people, though.
kinda. He couldn't have
His kill count was 0 though.
Yeah.
his kill count's 0, but you can't have a companion who's actively following you kill. So he had to bring enemies to certain people for them to kill in the beginning of the game. Level up by scrapping and building and abusing a dummy perk where you get bonus XP, especially for turning in quests.
Is this
And-
that crazy fucking cooler?
Yeah.
And he also abused the quick saving and reloading if he couldn't talk an enemy out of fighting. And
He lost interest.
he made like 40 Let's Plays. And I've watched a dozen of them, but he got like 40 Let's Plays of 10 minutes each. I don't know what they equates to. And I don't want to spoil the end of the game, so I just stopped watching.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I need to play Fallout 3.
You should do.
I haven't done it yet.
That's a good
you
game.
played Fallout 3,
I've owned it for
New
like
Vegas.
6 years. I have both, and I haven't. I've Game of the Years on both.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion,
They're fucking
No,
great
I have
games.
Legendary on Skyrim, but I haven't played that either.
Skyrim. Skyrim's so good. Skyrim.
You like Skyrim better than Fallout 4?
I can go back and forth with it, but on the whole, I like the fantasy genre better than the post-apocalyptic. So that adds to it. So, yeah, I would say Skyrim better than Fallout 4.
You don't know.
Although I really like the settlements.
So next we kind of wanted to talk about Star Wars. Oh, hey, you know what? We're going to do this real quick because you're a pussy. Sit down. Sit down.
Oh,
Sit down.
am I trying something?
Sit down.
Is this recording still?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm trying something apparently.
Oh, yes.
I don't drink
Have
a
you
lot.
tried it yet?
Yes.
Have you tried it yet?
I'm not a big
I
drinker.
think
Okay,
that
okay.
doesn't work.
So Brian is not a big drinker.
No. Although the last time I drank was and the
Oh, good job.
the table that this microphone is on, I was underneath, like on the floor.
You're getting pissed on, if I remember right.
No.
So Brian's a huge pussy when it comes to alcohol. Even things that you're like, oh, it doesn't even taste like alcohol. Brian's like, I can taste the alcohol.
I like cider and mojitos, and that's it.
mojitos.
Love me some.
So
mojitos.
this is so good and expensive that Katrina said you can't have it. So I'm gonna let you taste it, and then I'm gonna drink it.
So what's the, like? So it's supposed to be like I'm gonna want it.
What is it?
Yeah. It's Henry's Hard Soda Orange. Do you like orange soda?
Kel loves orange
Kel
soda.
loves orange soda.
Yeah, I said it first.
Henry's hard soda.
So just give it a try. And we'll let Corey try it too.
Is this okay?
Just try it. I fucking laughed out loud.
It's fucking orange soda.
It's orange soda
yeah, it's literally orange soda
with
like-
alcohol. It's
That's dangerous because you
Yeah.
drink a lot of those and you're just.
Because
that's really good.
they make a ginger ale too.
What's the percent?
4.2. So I looked at what the average beer is, and it said between 4 and 6% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the lower end, but still, I'm like, this is absurd.
Yeah,
But it's like $9 a six pack or something, or is it $10 something like that?
Should be 9.
for those of you who don't know, Eric is a alcohol distributor.
Yeah, apparently I'm the beer guru.
You
I work
distribute it
for-
to minors, right? No?
Maybe.
That's not good.
There's lots of stuff I don't know that goes on.
Maybe wink, wink.
Um,
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's
yeah.
literally like so.
So you should bring a six pack.
I think Lacey's getting cider.
So you guys want to talk about Star Wars?
Yeah.
Because we saw that new theory. So
Wait.
first we'll go through what we thought of Star Wars.
You should say that. Somebody has.
Wait, no, we'll get to that.
It's not
We'll
fair.
say what we thought of Star Wars, and then we'll go from person to person. We'll talk about it. So Eric, what did you think of Star Wars?
I still haven't seen Star Wars.
And it was been out.
It's February 6th, 2016. by
And
the
it
way.
came out on December 18th.
Yeah.
Question: have you seen all the Star Wars besides this one?
This is a fucker that got married on May the 4th.
I am.
Me? Okay, wait.
He is.
I don't know if you
I
know
never got
this.
married in my life.
So me, him, and Katrina and James came. We all took a day off work one day and watched all 6 movies
Yeah.
in a row.
Is that the day we got Papa Murphy's and
Okay.
ate all the pizzas?
Yeah,
Have you
was
seen
good.
the Ewok movies?
I believe so, but not since I was a kid.
I've never
Is there
seen the
more than-
holiday special or the Christmas special.
I haven't seen
Never
that.
seen that.
Have you
It's
seen
too
that
bad.
really bad second Wizard of Oz movie? With
Yes,
the
it's
pumpkin
not.
head?
It's called Return to Oz, and
Yeah,
it's
that
not
thing.
terrible. It's with
Wait,
the
shit
girl from the Craft.
Okay.
It's creepy.
And it's the fucking guy, the Wheelers with the big hands. They terrified me as a kid. And you touch the sand, you turn into sand.
Yeah,
It was awful.
that's as bad as the second Neverending Story.
Do you remember when we waited to go see Revenge of the Sith at Parkway?
Yes,
For
and
like
Katrina's
5
mom
hours?
flirted with you. in the movie
I
theater.
still don't remember this,
We do.
but hey, whatever. I'll take it.
I feel like that was an ongoing thing back then.
What? That Katrina's mom was flirting with people?
Yeah.
Well, we just won't let her listen to the podcast.
Wait, it wasn't just me.
You can cut this part out.
There was a series of things of like where it was an ongoing thing, even before I was around, where Katrina's mom flirted with her friends.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Let's go on. Tell us more.
Man, that
Corey
is
does
pretty
have a thing for chicks with kids.
I know. I hear about it on a daily basis.
Kids older than me.
good. You could be Robert's father. You could be Robert's father-in-law.
You could be my father-in-law.
I don't know. Be a little weird.
Give him some life lessons. Life lessons.
He does.
If anything, I'd be more interested in just being your stepdaddy.
Well, yeah. My mom's last husband was younger than me, so
Yeah. So there's room.
yeah, his name was like Drax, no, it's Braxton.
Oh, that's
It was Braxton.
That's a
and
mid
he,
90s name right there.
Cute.
Yeah, right? I think he was like 24, 25. Yeah, there was that. I thought Star Wars, by the way, was awesome. And I remember like the little Lucasfilm thing coming up and twinkling and then getting kind of tingles in my bells and whistles when the fucking scroll came up. Excuse me. And I liked it a lot. I think Finn was by far my favorite character. Loved Rey. Loved Poe, even though he wasn't in it that much, but... And I don't think that Kylo Ren was a big pussy. I liked Kylo Ren a lot. I feel like...
You see a six pack?
in the shower.
God,
Did you see that?
that guy.
No.
The SNL thing?
I got
Where
you.
he played Matt? It was like Undercover Boss?
I wanted to watch it, but since I hadn't seen the movie, I
It's so funny. I
Yeah,
guess,
it's really
I guess you
good.
gotta see it.
It might have spoiled a little bit, but you're about to have it all spoiled now. You realize?
Yeah.
that's fine. I've read plenty of stuff on the internet.
You read everything.
My friend saw Kylo Ren in the
Some of
shower
it-
and he
some
said
of
he
it
has an
pertain to the
8-pack.
movie.
Can I ask you what you've read?
Who Kylo Ren is and who he kills.
Who is he? Who do you
Okay.
kill? We all know.
Yeah.
What if the people listening don't know?
Then they can go to hell.
Well,
They-
spoiler
it's
alert,
way
you're
after.
about to find out.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, we need a drop now. A spoiler alert drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Kylo Ren is Han and Leia's son.
False. I'm just kidding. Go on.
And
He was adopted.
okay, so
Chewbacca's love child.
I read that he kills Han at the end of the movie, but some other people told me it wasn't at the end.
It's like 3/4 of the way through the movie, maybe.
No, because they leave the planet and then they go fight dude and then she goes off and finds Luke. It's like 5/6 of the way. It's right at the end.
It's like 20 minutes from the end of the movie.
I did last week when I read Star Tours. I think I got a clip from the new movie because I was flying through a bunch of Star Destroyers that were like crashed in the desert.
Yeah, that's probably
Oh, it's probably
It's
the
when
Millennium
they're-
Falcon chase.
Rey and Finn find the Millennium Falcon on Jakku.
We're telling you the whole plot line.
Fly.
That's fine.
They fly out through.
They find it on Jakku.
They find it on
Jakku's new
Jakku.
Tatooine.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to put Tatooine there. I don't know why. Same planet, different name.
The Star Tours did make me feel awkward because after that, then BB-8 came and told us he had a secret mission, and we went and fought Boba Fett. And
He talked
it
to you?
just, yeah,
BB-8?
yeah.
He talks?
Maybe Boba Fett named his kid Boba Fett, and he has a kid running around, and that's who you fought.
Maybe extended universe Star Tours.
Boba Jr.
Can I just say that I really like the way they introduced the Millennium Falcon in that movie?
Can I tell you that?
Where it was
I
just
did?
like a side, like, oh, that piece of junk. No, we're going, blows up, and then the junk piece was the Falcon. I thought that was really.
You don't think
way.
he left it there for his daughter to find?
No.
I think that was a
I
nice,
don't.
funny, comical way of introducing it, but in a totally stupid, like, oh, by the way, Millennium Falcon's on that planet the whole time, and
So-
you guys are going to steal it because the keys are in the ignition.
It
Because-
was what? 20 years, 30 years
30
after
years.
everything else? Like,
So you don't think Rey is Han's daughter?
no. I'm thinking that.
The way that he looks at her and all of that, and the way he offers her a gig, and
Is this the theory? Or?
no, there's a really good theory that my brother Anthony posted on Facebook. Not him personally, but he reposted it, and I read it too, and he read it, and I was like,
I haven't read it, but
Wait a minute. Are we talking about the thing with Han and Kylo?
yeah,
Okay.
we'll get to that.
All
next.
right. Okay.
man, you're gonna have this whole movie.
That's fine. I'm
Spoiled
going to try to
up
find
now.
this theory right now.
Okay.
Is my brother your friend on Facebook?
I don't think so.
This Star Wars left more questions than any other one has left.
And
off
people
for
say
it.
that this is what they messed up. They didn't mess it up. They let there's 3 more movies. I mean,
I don't like that there's too many
There's
cliffhangers.
at least 3.
yeah,
Not,
at least,
not-
well, at least
well,
2
including Rogue One.
I
Well,
like
there's
it.
at least 2 more episodes,
I
not
like
including
every
Rogue
movie
One
being self-contained.
and the Han Solo movie.
That's
In a way-
that's an important point because I got a very much Fellowship of the Ring feel from this movie, where at the end you had 4 or 5 different directions going,
And
whereas at the end of A New Hope it was just kind of
They
that was it.
Well, they didn't know there was going to be
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas the new ones, they know that there's going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
more.
yeah. Well, the Fellowship,
Yeah.
like you had all these moving parts
But
in different directions.
when-
That's how I felt on this.
When
one.
they want to tie into like 5 future movies and only one has came out, this one, you're kind of like, well, what the fuck was that? What's this? I don't get why they had that person in the movie.
Just wait till.
Why does she have
whatever
Luke
it comes
Skywalker's lightsaber? That's cool, I guess.
I had
Well-
to scoot back from the microphone because I'm the loudest motherfucker in
out.
here.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you got the biggest head.
He has a big head. Let's physically, not like egotistical. but
Yeah, and
just
like
a large
head on
cranium.
top of his shoulders.
His hat size is like
Not other head.
16.
It's like if you put a pumpkin on top of a scarecrow.
It's
That's what my
basically-
head looks like.
Yeah. It looks like the creepy jack-o'-lantern guy from the old Wizard of Oz movie.
It's a good movie. I really like that
I mean,
movie.
Return to Oz.
They had to find all the like emerald stuff at the end. What's her name? Feruza Balk, is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He was
I-
in Waterboy.
I like the original better.
Yes.
That was a good
Oh,
one.
I liked the original better as well, but I
thought
still
you liked
enjoyed the
Wicked.
second one. What?
You like Wicked?
I never saw Wicked
I never saw it.
or read it.
You didn't see it? You guys have wives.
Yeah.
Have you seen Wicked?
She doesn't care.
Brian doesn't
Neither
have a
does-
wife.
Lacey doesn't care about Wicked
Yeah, well.
unless it's on ABC and it's like it's made by the Shonda Rhimes. Then she'll care.
You never
But
taken,
if not,
you never taken
no.
women to Broadway shows, like that, live shows?
I don't think
You're-
we've been. We went
you're
to.
Gary-
I just had to bite my lip making fun of you.
You're
We went to
guaranteed
the
oral
old-
sex.
we went
according
to the-
South Park.
Are you reading it?
That was a great
I don't
episode.
know.
Yeah,
if
that's why I
I
figured
found
out.
some other stuff.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, they won't know what we're talking about.
Eric will. Well,
just-
I don't think he's seen.
It's not
South Park
Simpsons.
So what did you think of Star Wars, Corey?
Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars.
The
We'll
Force
go back-
Awakens?
The Force Awakens, Episode 7.
How much time you got?
Well, we can make this podcast as long as we want.
Okay, well,
The only thing we have to do tomorrow is eat food and watch football.
Star Wars. The Force really awakened.
Sounds like a middle school essay.
From sleep.
Furthermore, I believe that
Where
In
the-
conclusion,
where
do you have the big like
Yes.
hand thing where you write your hand on and make the 5 points in the beginning and the conclusion and the 3 main points?
That's how I
of your
made
essay?
turkeys, but
hand turkeys.
yeah. I like how Luke's name was mentioned like 8 times in the opening crawl. I'm just guessing. Luke's gone missing. People need to find Luke. Where's Luke? And they wait till the last minute to show him, and he has no word in the movie. Sorry, Eric.
did you know that Luke wasn't in it until the last 30 seconds?
I didn't know it was at the end, but I heard he was only in
Okay.
there for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a spoiler, but the entire plot of the movie is Luke Skywalker is missing, along with the enemies in the way.
Isn't he in exile? Because
He is in self-imposed exile.
Self-imposed, yeah.
And he has hidden a fucking map to himself within his R2 unit and on Jakku, I guess. And he's not really hidden it. Some guy has it who gets killed off in 5 seconds. So the whole movie is, we need to find Luke Skywalker. Let's find the treasure map. So it's National Treasure Star Wars. And then, they find the Millennium Falcon randomly on Jakku. Okay, cool. We found the Millennium Falcon. I wonder who this belonged to. We piloted it pretty good for never having flown spacecraft before.
Ever. She never...
They flew it. I was hoping Han Solo wouldn't flying that from the trailer because whoever was flying it flew it super well.
Maybe
inside
she's
a Star
related.
Destroyer. Yeah, but
It's in her genes.
I don't like that. It's Assassin's Creed stuff. You pass down your skills to the next
Corey
generation.
wishes he was in her genes.
In her sand tunic. And so it's all, have to say, oh, we're in space now. Oh, hey, Han Solo's here. He boarded us. Ah, that's a coincidence. Oh, Han Solo's going to take us to this random planet where there's a cantina. Hey, look, here's Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, and it's calling to me
He's telling you the whole movie here.
through Obi-Wan's voice, and it's giving you flashbacks and flash forward. This is Lost.
Why don't we just go to Pirate Bay and download it and watch it right here?
Yeah.
We don't do that. Don't download movies.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't do that.
Piracy.
you wouldn't steal a car.
You wouldn't steal a purse.
I want to download a pizza. And then they build another Death Star times 5. I think
Literally,
it's
it
it shoots
destroyed
five.
five
It shoots 5 beams. So that's up the end. I can't wait till the next one where it's times 10. They must have a lot of engineers. Those poor people. You know, like they say in Clerks. You know,
Yeah.
how many people did it take to build a Death Star? Well, this is like times 10.
Well,
so.
he talked about them knowing they, independent contractors
Yeah, for
knowing
the
the
second
risk
one.
of the.
But now the third one. Now the galaxy's in a recession because so you can take wherever you can get it.
You get whatever work you can. Those contractors need to take any.
Yeah, and so then everything happens. Han Solo finally gets killed like he wanted to forever ago. In kind of a gay way.
I love Han
Harrison
Solo.
Harrison Ford wanted to be killed off for so long.
Is
And
that the
now,
only way they got him? He made like 4 times what everybody else made. Because like Finn and Rey only made 500,000, but the guy that played Poe and Adam Driver have previous work, so they had to make a certain
they're
amount
not absolutely
per
nobody.
SAG. But like Luke made, or Mark Hamill made like they said.
I'm assuming they paid him for like, okay, Mark, how many going to be 3 movies? We're going to give you $20 million per movie.
Yeah.
So if you're in the first one
But
for
I
5
was-
minutes, that don't matter.
I heard it was more like like 5 to 10 million for Luke and Leia, and I heard Han Solo, Harrison Ford got $25 million.
He's probably the hardest to bring back. That's why. So like, okay, 5.
Cool.
No, okay, 10.
Yeah, just come do basically 3/4 of the movie. We'll
What
give
do
you
we have to
$20
throw at
million
you so you
and
can be in this so we
have
can
fun.
kill you?
To that point, I heard that Mark Hamill said he would only do it if they could get all 3 of them, and assuming Harrison Ford would say no, he said yes, and he was like, "Fuck."
And what's the Chewbacca guy's name?
Peter Mayhew.
I heard he was in the movie just for a new wheelchair. So that's good for him.
Well, they did the right thing and gave him top billing as Chewbacca, even though that like retired college basketball player, did all the like going up the ladder and so there's 2 of them. Any active scenes because we've seen Peter
but you-
Mayhew at Comic-Con. That guy can't even walk down to
And
the bathroom.
You didn't like that guy.
He was a dick.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to him about like other Star Wars stuff, like I don't know why you would want to talk to him about anything else but Star Wars, because
That's the only thing he's done.
he gets like upset about it. But if you want to talk to if you talk to him about Star Wars, he gets all pissed off. If you talk to him about something else, he's like his eyes light up and he's all happy.
Yeah, that's a story for everybody. Harrison Ford don't like to talk about it.
Harrison Ford's famous
Mark
for all kinds of
Hamill.
stuff. Yeah, Mark Hamill. I saw at Comic-Con one year he was charging $125 for an autograph, but he would sign it for free if it was the Joker.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's just to show you how
Smart
much.
man.
Yeah.
Best role he's ever played.
Well,
I almost agree because he's so good as a Joker.
yeah.
He's gonna do another animated show as him.
Is it The Killing Joke?
He is doing that. Like at the movie, it's him
Is
and
Conroy?
Kevin Conroy are gonna do Killing Joke.
Hot
but
damn.
he's doing they're doing like a 15-minute animated series on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon with him and.
Have
Kevin
you've
Conroy.
read The Killing Joke, correct?
Yeah, Lacey
And
bought me the original print.
You have as well because I lent it to you, right?
Yes.
You haven't read it, have you?
I
I'll
don't,
lend it to you.
I don't remember.
If you, I mean, it'll take you a half an hour to read the whole thing. It is by
Yeah,
far
I
one
think I
of
read
the
it waiting in line
best.
for Hall H at one point in time, 2009. You know.
Hall
Just
H.
keep playing through.
You
the game.
fuckers don't have tickets yet,
Keep
huh?
playing. No, keep playing through the game you're playing, and you'll see some stuff.
Oh,
I've already
there's some
seen
Killing
In
Joke
Arkham
stuff?
Knight? Really?
He's dead.
Just watch the. Just
Now I want to play it.
Well, now I don't want no
Borrow it.
spoilers.
Like
gorgeous.
I'm surprised you haven't
Gorgeous.
played
well,
it?
I don't want to
I
wait to
bought
play
it on Black Friday,
Yeah.
but Fallout has eaten my time from
No,
Black Friday
okay.
onward. So,
How about
I
after
can
I play
understand.
Witness, I'll borrow Arkham Knight from you?
okay.
but after
now I want
Witness,
to play it.
I asked Eric the other
Like-
day what the best looking game he's ever played was, and I think Knight's up there. It's
I
beautiful.
think if you could
Did you
take
play Metal Gear
the
Solid?
Batmobile stuff out of Arkham
Yeah, I
Knight,
know
it easily is better
Sounds
than Arkham City.
Really?
I don't agree.
You don't think so?
No, I think
Like
I
excluding all the
honestly-
Batmobiles, stupid crap.
I like. Okay, my thing. If we're gonna go on this tangent, if the enemy has tanks, Batman needs a tank. Like I get the escalation. That's the same thing as in Dark Knight.
escalation.
They have the escalation.
Brian
argument.
likes Batman.
I like Batman.
I know.
They have the escalation argument. Like, yeah, if they have a tank, he can't take them out. He needs a tank. So, I get that. As I play through, my big. I don't know what you want from me. My big thing was, like. I don't know if we want to go spoiler on this, though.
It's been out for a couple months.
I own it. I do
Almost a
want to
year.
play
It's
it.
been out since June.
Oh.
So-
We're supposed to be talking about Star Wars.
Keep my.
Okay, well,
It's
yeah,
okay,
let's
it's
go
okay.
back to Star Wars.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Don't give too much away because Corey doesn't want to know. But
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think City is the best one so far.
I had a hard
And
time
I
getting into
actually-
City.
See, I thought City was.
I loved it at the end of it, but
We've
it
all
was
played City.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It was so big compared to Arkham Asylum
Yeah.
that I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Nice
like it was
big- nice
so
bigger.
big, is it?
But you can travel much faster. from the Batmobile plus his gliding abilities. It's just a faster game. But I don't know. I think the biggest issue I had was the way they handled the Arkham Knight and the description of the characters being new to the DC universe, and it is not. And if you've watched any of the animated movies in the last 5 years, it's a retread of basically that.
So if I haven't watched any of them, I'd be really
I
happy.
think I've seen one of them.
You would be more surprised, but if you've seen some of the ones that are more recent that you can get on HBO Go or probably Netflix, you might own, you know what's coming.
Does it tie into Son of Batman? Because that's the only one I watched.
No, so you're safe.
Does it show that cutscene? Remember that? Did you watch the cutscene where they showed the Joker torturing? Was it Jason Todd?
In the commercials?
No, it was from. It was a connector from Batman the Animated Series to Batman Beyond,
Oh,
where it showed. You ever watch that?
I don't think so.
It is. It shows him like torturing.
Oh, you mean Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I watched that. So,
But it was a cutscene from the movie.
It's
So
similar.
isn't that just a clip from the movie then?
But
It's a
but
flashback.
They cut it, and I was like, I watched it. I'm like, okay, I can see why they cut it.
Yeah,
Because obviously we know that animated movies aren't just for kids,
not the
but you're making an animated movie. I mean,
You really
it's-
can't go R-rated.
Yeah.
with it.
But you see fucking Jason Todd with this big smile on his face, and he's like been tortured from the Joker. And
No.
So he's happy about
That's
it.
Tim Drake.
is it Tim Drake?
That was Tim Drake that did it. Jason Todd wasn't in that one. But it's
Yeah,
just
you
it's the
should
same
together, Robert.
theme.
Sorry.
There's a really cool twist in it. I like City more, and I'm playing through Origins. I actually think Origins story is a little better than Knights too. It was
there's-
hyped though, and that's the problem. It was really hyped, and it was this
Yeah,
big thing.
But if there's any killing
Origins
joke
had a lot of
involved,
backlash.
and even a little, I wanna.
there's definitely a lot of lore in it, but I enjoyed City more than.
If I were
than
ever
Knight.
to get a Batman tattoo, it would be the fucking Joker with his hands in his hair with
Yeah.
the ha 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 ha.
Oh, Jared Leto.
Oh god, I love that scene, and the Killing Joke is one of the best. I mean, I love Watchmen, and I love My Walking Dead, and I love
Invincible.
Invincible. But I mean, talking graphic novel wise, I mean, Killing Joke, it is just so good. It is by far one of my favorite graphic novels. I have it in the living room. It's one of my ones that I leave out.
There's a good chunk of Arkham Origins that goes through that whole thing about Red Hood and falling in and
Yeah.
going to the
that,
psychiatrist.
that was so cool.
Yeah, that was a really good little
That's
intro
why
part.
Origins was kind of cool.
SoCal Comics has a CGC at 9.8 first Harley Quinn appearance in the comics. For like her
Is it like Mad Love or something?
her shit has gone through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
It is like
I'm glad that you got Lacey that pop. And then
she ended up
found
getting one. I'm gonna sell it, but I was obviously gonna give it to her first because you gotta take care of your friends. But
This is true. I would say at night there's that cool the part, Eric, that you found this creepy part that's good the shit out of me at 1 a.m. in Arkham Knight.
The part that I said scared me, or the part that you said scared you?
The one that I said scared me when
Okay.
you're doing the rooftops. That I had no idea that was going to happen, and it was a great surprise.
I don't want to hear them.
Yeah, the DLC I thought was really.
I
Nice.
haven't
But
been
yeah,
scared in a game in a long
I
time.
think
The-
City was.
The first time I was ever scared in a game was when did Resident Evil 2 come out?
96,
I was playing.
Probably-
It was
I think that was the first one, 96-ish. I
was
don't know.
probably 98. I think it came out after
98
Final
sounds
Fantasy
right.
VII.
well, it was Friday or Saturday, and Honda was spending over at my friend.
Wait,
Honda
let's argue the years a little bit more.
okay.
I'm just gonna look this up.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so Honda was spending the night, and I'm playing at like 1 a.m, and I'm walking back through the police station.
And you didn't realize the game had zombies at this point in time.
Yeah, I was doing the Fallout thing. There was no kill. I
I
was
thought it was
just
Final
I
Fantasy
thought everybody was
related.
upset.
1998.
So I was a freshman in high school. So I'm walking back through the thing, and the fucking arms shoot through the windows for the first time. And Hondo fell asleep, and he kicks in his sleep, and I thought I was gonna piss my pants. I was so afraid. I'm like, nope, no more.
That's a quick go.
Then you
around.
gotta turn cartoons on.
Okay, scariest game. Is that it? What's the scariest game?
Scariest game? I don't
The game
know.
you were scared most of. Let's say that.
At this point, I can't even play scary games because, like, I remember playing the first Bioshock, which I didn't beat. You guys can make fun of me, but the lights turn off and they turn back on. And that guy's right in front of your face. I was like, ah! I just threw the
That
controller.
happened in Infinite too. When you're in the house of the boys.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
didn't play. Was it called The Suffering? Where you were a prison guy, escaped prison guy.
And the demons.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
Condemned.
I fucking loved that game. Nobody else
Dual
did.
wield, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that game kind of scared the shit out of me. But
Fatal Frame is the scariest game ever.
Eternal Darkness,
Eternal Darkness.
that game fucked with you because I remember you in the other room.
But it's like it's one of those games that you could play through once and then you never would play it again. Well, at this
It's like
point,
most of the games we play now in one time.
Yeah.
well, I mean, given time.
Unless there's trophies, then I play.
I remember renting like Resident Evil and Silent Hill both, and you can get 5 minutes without shitting your pants. So like zombie dogs busting through the window.
Yeah.
It's like holy crap, man! I'm used to playing NES games, and now you got a zombie dog running at you.
You go from Russian Attack to
yeah,
Resident Evil.
exactly, and Silent Hill, horrible, scary. I don't know if I've played any scary games lately. I remember playing Fear a while ago. Anytime the ring girl popped up and they're climbing a ladder, and she's just looking at you, and she's gone. It's like horror. Oh my god.
What game is this? Fear?
You remember Fear?
Yeah, isn't it your mom?
I
think the girl's
I think
her
it got a
mom
little
or
convoluted
something.
like that. Yeah, she was a ghost of somebody who had twins. That I'm thinking that sounds like also a Silent Hill movie, but I can't
That was a
remember.
good movie.
But Fear
Really?
got I think less and
I
less
liked it.
scary. But Fear 1 was kind of
Isn't that one movie that Sean Bean survived in?
Yeah, he was the husband. So
Yeah.
the wife was alive. I just like the pyramid guy taking a girl's skin off like a wet towel
Yeah.
and throwing it
that
against the
movie
church.
wasn't
Did he
so
die?
bad.
It wasn't bad.
I liked it when I watched it. Thinking back of it now, I'm kind of like,
If
eh.
you watch that compared to like Alone in the Dark, it's
I
night
never
and
watched
day.
Alone in the Dark.
Those-
Or
that's
Blood
like,
Rain.
yeah.
I never watched
Any
Blood
Uwe
Rain
Boll
either.
movie. I mean, if you
What
had
about
to rank
Postal?
like the best video game movies, that's gonna be in the upper tier. Like
It's
Mortal
Street Fighter.
Kombat's up there. Street Fighter is like the bad worst one.
What
Like,
is
there's so
the
many good quotes from that, but it's a horrible movie.
What is the
Horrible.
best video game movie? Resident Evil 1? The first one?
No, I couldn't say that.
I really liked the first Resident Evil movie.
It was good.
I would put Mortal Kombat above that.
Yeah. First Mortal Kombat is.
It was pretty good,
And
but that's
it's super cheesy, but it's still.
it holds up. What about Mario Brothers?
I'd have to think.
No.
You love Mario Brothers.
I love Mario Brothers, but it's a shit movie.
Prince of Persia.
Oh, jeez.
I never saw
Never
it.
saw it.
Maybe Assassin's Creed will make waves.
I do like Fassbender.
Yeah, but everything.
It's hard to make a really good video game movie.
That's probably why they didn't make Bioshock, because they were like, we're not going to ruin this.
They want to make a Bioshock and Uncharted. I was so happy.
Halo.
Like, Nathan Fillion, you can do it.
Oh, I would have been happy
Oh,
with
they
Bruce
made-
Campbell as
the four-
Sully.
Yeah,
Max Payne was good.
I never
No.
saw it.
Oh, I thought it,
I
I thought
love.
it was okay.
I love Max Payne the game, and I was so happy. It wasn't. I didn't like it.
Dude, Max Payne 3 was good.
Doom.
That whole
Yeah,
era.
the
Doom was pretty good.
I like Doom better than Max.
I
Payne.
like the fact that they had like a first person
That was the best
part
thing.
of the movie.
Yeah,
you know what I
at
mean?
the end. I was really hoping The Rock would turn into the Cyber Demon, but he didn't. He just got mutated.
Doom 2 and Ultimate Doom, I had on PlayStation 1 because my uncle bought a PlayStation 1 and hated it and took it back, but they wouldn't take the game back. So when I got a PlayStation 1 from my dad, he gave me the game. I was like, all right! And I played that so much. I miss games like that where you would beat a level, go on to the next level, beat a level, go on to the next level. Now everything seems like open world, which I love. I mean, I love Fallout, but
You play some games that have that, but you won't.
I won't.
You don't have enough time.
I
It's
have
not
to.
like iPhone games are now.
I have to put the time. I put so much time into that Walking Dead Road to Survival game.
Oh, on your phone.
I'm in like the number 14 ranked faction in the United States, and they require you to put a certain amount of time in. So every time I'm on the toilet at work or on the toilet at home, I'm like, ah! Saturday mornings, I was in a war this morning. Made to Suffer, faction number 14, I think.
I
Shout
still
out,
say
'cause they're gonna
Fatal-
listen to this.
I still say Fatal Frame is my scariest one. That thing creeps the hell out of me.
I never
Anything with
played it.
spirits, and I had this one part where I was holding the camera up, and this ghost with a broken neck backwards, like just shot straight in front of the camera. That game freaked me.
Resident Evil 5 and 6 and scary.
No.
No.
Didn't Eternal Darkness like go black and like give you like the VCR commands where it said it was like
It would do weird, like, there'd be scenes where, like, they made it look like there was a fly on the screen and, like, the weird
like
stuff
The
you were
Ring.
saying.
Breaking the fourth wall.
I like that.
A little bit.
I know it's not scary, but Left 4 Dead had some pretty high tension moments when you're like,
Is that the one you and I used to play
Oh,
with
yeah.
James and Katrina?
Yeah.
yeah, when you try to get to the road, like, and there's like something chasing you.
It
you're
was
like,
fucking tense.
A tank's coming, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Run
that was
for your
fun
life.
when we used to play that all the
Yeah,
time.
not scary, but like, you're gonna get your adrenaline going.
We all have PS4s. Did anybody play Outlast?
No.
I heard that was supposed to be.
What's Outlast?
It was a PS4 game. That's supposed to be really spooky.
Eric hated
Or Evil
Sony.
Within. Anybody play Evil
What I
Within?
did?
No,
You hated Sony.
nor have I played
No,
the
I hate
Cabin in the
Microsoft.
Woods type game.
Oh,
Do you have an Xbox One?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never touched
Yeah, I
it.
haven't played
Really?
Home in a while. I haven't played Freddy Fazbear, Five Nights at Freddy's. That's all.
What is Five Nights with Freddy? Because Parker.
Don't let him play it.
No, I'm not gonna let him play it. But one of the YouTube videos he watched talks about it. I won't let him watch it.
Okay, no, it's only scary. So it's
Because there's a teddy bear.
Yeah, the first game it's so simple, but puts you working at a like Chuck E. Cheese place, but you're the night security guard, so you sit in a security room, and every night you have to survive. You have to make it to 6 a.m. or whatever it is, and you can switch from looking at the 2 doors to the security room, or looking at the cameras. And if you look at the cameras, it wastes like electricity or something, and if you shut the 2 doors, like the power doors, it wastes electricity. So you only have so much electricity to survive the night. And
Sounds interesting.
the puppets, those giant electronical
Mm-hmm.
guys, there's a couple of them, all animals. So Freddy Fazbear's Chuck E. Cheese, basically. And they come to life at night, and they try to turn you, they think you're out of costume. They try to kill you and turn you into
What is this on? Is it just a...
There's a PC game, a Steam game, downloadable. So the first, the scariest part is you see like a teddy bear like looking into the room or something, one of those things like peeking in, but then it does a lot of jump scares. You turn to the door and instantly something will come at the screen and scare
I don't
you
play
and then
scary
kill you
games
so you
anymore.
died. But they've made like 3 or 4 of them, and they have a really cool lore actually, like hidden lore, like very subtle. That you can read a bunch of people theorizing how these bears came to life, if there's a murderer or something. I never played the games, but I read all that because it's super interesting.
I only play scary games with somebody else, and that's the last time I played BioShock, and James stopped playing with me, so I stopped playing it. And I haven't played another scary game since.
Was that before we played Resident Evil 1 on GameCube?
Yeah. No. Was it?
I don't know.
God, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
I called in sick that day.
Yeah, up all night to beat Resident Evil 1 on GameCube. Yeah, that was fun.
Did anybody get a chance to play PT?
No.
What's
Me neither.
PT?
It was
Oh.
PT was the teaser demo for the Kojima
Oh.
Guillermo del Toro Silent
No.
Hills.
I watched a
And
bunch of Let's Plays
apparently
on
it's
it.
supposed to be just
Yeah,
ridiculous. And I pulled it from the app from the PlayStation Store.
And
now
they said it
there's
was
a game-
canceled, and now they said
Yeah.
it's not, and then they
Well,
said
now
it's
there's a game
canceled, now
called
they said it's not.
Visage that's replicating it. That's supposed to be like it's like realistic, where you open the door, you turn a light off,
yeah.
and then the person, like the shadow, and turn on, it's gone. You turn off, and they're there, and then they're right there in your face.
That game looks so cool and so scary, and it sucks that Hideo Kojima and Konami fell out. Or
Well, now he's on his own. He can do whatever he wants.
yeah, hopefully he does just as well. I hope he took his whole team with him.
There was a point when I was in high school. I had mono, and
The
my
kissing
mom,
disease.
yeah, my mom bought me Metal Gear Solid 2. And it was like 2 in the morning. I'm playing this because I was going to school, and I got to the point where Raiden is naked, running through whatever the last gear.
I don't know
is.
what we're talking
Did
about.
Raiden get mono?
No, and
never played
anyway, so the TV, the guy, your general starts talking to you, and he starts saying really weird shit. Like, you've been playing for really long. You could probably turn the game off, and it looks like it starts glitching. So in 2001, I'm on Instant Messenger with my buddy, being like, dude, I think I'm freaking out. Like, I really think I'm having like hallucinations because the computer's talking
Yeah,
to me.
Hideo Kojima, he screws with people ever since way back when. Like, he made Psycho Mantis. You played Metal Gear Solid 1?
None of them.
You heard the thing, like, you fight a
That makes me
boss,
sad, by
and
the
the boss kind of talks to you, and he reads your memory card. If you play other Konami games, you say, I see you've been playing a lot of, what is it? Like
Castlevania.
That's cool.
And then the screen goes black. He starts shaking your screen. Your controller vibrates it, and he's like, "Haha, you're locked now." And the way you beat it, and I forget, it tells you to call. You have to call one of your buddies on one of the. You can pull up a little radio thing and turn different frequencies and call people. They tell you put the controller in the port 2.
So you have
And
to
then-
pause the game, remove the controller,
And
plug it into port 2.
And that's how you
and
beat
then-
Psycho Mantis from locking up your controller in port 1.
Because then he can't read your mind.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of like that because games don't do that.
Well, not anymore.
But when you're playing Skylanders Trap Team,
Robert has kids, but
yeah, I have kids. When you play Skylanders Trap Team and you're playing, whenever you capture a villain, you have to put the trap into the portal, and it's cool because the portal has a microphone on or a speaker on it, and it goes and it slowly like gets quieter, but it gets louder in the speaker in the portal, so they get trapped in the portal and they talk to you from the portal. Well, this golden, I think her name is Golden Queen. When you're fighting her, she goes into the portal and talks to you from the portal while you're fighting her.
See,
So
yeah.
it's kind of cool, you know. I was kind of
That's
surprised.
using the whole system.
Yeah.
Like, Hideo Kojima kept doing that. Like when you fight Metal Gear Solid 3, if you fight this really old boss and you don't play the game for 3 days, or you set your clock ahead, 'cause, it's the clock, you'll just die of old age.
Oh,
And so you skip a whole boss fight. But I mean, there are repercussions and stuff. But all his games do that.
Do you remember in the first one where you had to find Meryl's codec number, and the guy was like, look on the back of the case, and
Yeah.
you had a suitcase in the game, and you could pull it up and look at it. And I'm looking forever for this damn thing, and the code is on the back of the case the
physical
game
CD
came
case.
in.
And I
Like the
guess
jewel case that the game came in, that's where you find the code.
for the old NES one too.
This is back before fucking cheat codes. And
Yeah.
it was like SegaSages.com.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Sega Sages? No, did you?
No.
It was IGN before IGN. It was IGN. It was Sega Sages. I used to go on it on the.
I just had all the video game magazines. Gamer.
My
so Gamer
my cousin
Now.
told me the anything code for Sonic 2, and he said, "Don't tell anybody because it's a secret."
Yeah.
And it was fucking.
Justin Bailey, that was for Metroid.
What was it?
Yeah, I think Justin Bailey, and that she went to her Zero suit, and you could play. It's just Samus without the suit.
We heard a rumor that if you played Super Metroid and beat it in under a certain amount of time, because she would take off different pieces of armor. So of course we're like, oh, if you beat it in under an hour, she takes off everything. Let's fucking try to beat that game in under an hour so hard. We did. She didn't.
No. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert from fucking Super Nintendo.
That was the first Metroid.
No, second.
Okay.
Well, it was
The
was
first
it
one at the end they revealed is a girl, so I don't know. I've never played a single Metroid game in my life.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, Prime was really good.
I never played
Too
Prime,
late to
but
go back
Super
to that.
Metroid. This thing, I get crap for not really enjoying the N64 Zelda and Link games, but fucking A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo, I played the shit out of. I love that game.
That's a very good game. That's up there.
I would like to play that.
One day we will do, not with the, but we'll do like console rankings.
So, what do you think about Star Wars, Brian?
Well, that was a 45-minute.
That's fine. It's fun. No, I liked it a lot. I'm not as big of a canon fan as the guys I'm with, but I enjoyed the movie. It was very entertaining, and I think it kind of buys you in for whatever they're doing next.
You didn't.
How much money are they paying you?
A lot.
It didn't bother you that it was a retread of the episode 4? It
No,
didn't bother
because
me at all.
No, because you're. I mean, when did episode 4 come out?
77.
Yeah, 77.
Okay, so we're at what, almost 40 years, almost 50 years now. I think afterwards. I mean, you're basically resetting the stage for a whole nother generation.
Well, I think it really kind of builds for the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
It gives you the old characters. It builds. I mean, regardless if it's a retread or not, it really built up Finn and Rey, and not as much Poe, but he was there.
Really fast. Poe is the guy that's playing. Is Poe the guy that's playing
Apocalypse.
It's the same guy.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
All right. Side note.
How can it? It's nothing like Episode 4 because Episode 4 started on Tatooine. This movie started on Jakku.
Shut the.
You're the one that said that this is just a retread. I mean, we have a recording now of you
I'm just
saying
trying to point out that it's
This is
two
illegal
completely-
that Jakku was
These
Tatooine,
are two
but they didn't want to call it
These are
Tatooine.
two completely different planets. I mean, Jakku and Tatooine are so different in terms of
3/4
in
portion.
terms of sand. One's way more grainy.
Wasn't that Simon Pegg?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Hader was one of the consultants for the BB-8 voice.
Cool.
They got so many people involved.
Whoever did that thumbs up.
Did I tell
That's
you?
the best part of the
I know
movie.
I told Corey, but
That was pretty funny.
the what if FN299 or whatever his name is, Trader. Do you know who it is?
I know, but I read
It's
it.
Kevin Smith,
Oh, really?
and he told the whole story when we did the thing that I didn't take you to because I took Katrina.
And before he said that, it wasn't
got
on the
stood up.
internet.
No,
because
it
of
wasn't.
books.
He said he couldn't say it because J.J. Abrams didn't want to have it out there yet. It's fucking the guy that yells traitor. I mean, it's awesome.
Was Trader?
Yeah, he's the one that's like traitor, and he has the baton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he does the voice of that. I mean, it's one line, but still, wouldn't you be? I would kill to have one line.
you
in
can be
Star
like,
Wars.
that's me.
So
Even if you didn't have a talking part in the movie and you were
Yeah.
just in the
Be
movie,
like, because Daniel Craig was in the movie.
yeah, so
Yeah,
That's the guy I was
that's
thinking
what
of.
I'm saying. So if he screwed over Kevin Smith for that one time, and Kevin Smith got one word, how the hell bad did he treat Daniel Craig to give him a whole scene? He must have really screwed that guy over.
He had sex with his wife, Rachel Weisz, right? Isn't that Daniel Craig's wife?
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
You do better than that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not.
He's
I'm
James
not a
Bond.
big fan.
He's James Bond.
Although
Not anymore.
Monica Bellucci, is that her name? The girl from Matrix.
yes.
She was the Bond girl in Spectre. I didn't see Spectre, but
I didn't
that
see
she's
it.
the oldest
Comes
Bond
out on
girl ever.
Tuesday.
Is it?
Is she still hot?
I saw it.
Was it good?
I'm still back.
You saw fucking Spectre, but you haven't seen Star Wars.
I had to go because of work. Because Heineken sponsored it.
Oh, nice. That's
Really?
cool.
Yes.
Did you get to go to the premiere?
Sponsor something.
No.
Oh.
What's his name? A good villain?
They did take us to the place where you can sit down and like in the recliners and
Sinopolis?
and see.
Sinopolis.
Yeah, in
That
Del
place
Mar.
is awesome. I saw Avengers 2 there.
Was Blowfield in it? That's his name, right?
Was Christopher Waltz good in it?
Yeah, what's his name? Blofeld.
Christopher Waltz is the
I-
German guy from.
Yeah, he was sort of strange.
Did you see? What's?
I didn't. The last one I
Drax.
saw was Casino Royale.
Really?
I
Because
didn't see
Quantum of Solace
Skyfall
was
or-
average, but Skyfall was so
Well,
good.
That's a problem. Is they referenced it in the movie, and I'm like,
Yeah, because M
I
wasn't
haven't seen
there.
yeah.
What's M? Why do you have Ralph Fiennes? What was his name in the movie? P.
Voldemort.
I don't remember.
He's the only. This is the only movie he plays a good guy since. What is that World War II movie?
Inglorious Bastards.
No.
I thought you were saying.
Schindler's List.
No. Well, no. Yeah, I know what you were talking about. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Just
that was the last
blatant
movie he was-
racism.
Last movie was a good guy.
Who?
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes.
What was he
Isn't
getting?
it Ray Fiennes?
Schindler-
Like, isn't it pronounced?
In Schindler's List?
Yeah.
No,
No.
It's like it's some. Okay, now I'm
Red Dragon? What are we
I
talking
don't
about
think-
here?
I think he was a good guy in Red Dragon. You're right, Brian.
He was not a good guy in Red
He
Dragon.
put the. Did you see Red Dragon? He fucking put the mirrors in the family's eyes so they after he killed them so he could watch them rape their mother.
I don't think
So
so.
I don't think he's a good guy.
Maybe he was a good guy.
Francis
as-
Dollarhide. We
as
just talked
Hades.
about this. Hades.
Yeah. In the horrible
The English Patient.
Clash of the Titans.
Oh, he was in Grand Budapest too.
Yeah, he was a villain in that.
No, it was the one. The English Patient was the one that we're thinking of. I'm sure none of us have seen it though.
No, why would I want to watch a 4-hour-long movie about nothing?
We should
I don't know how long it is.
bring up Anthony's Facebook page and
Yeah,
read that
yeah.
theory
The Constant Garden.
Okay, so
because I thought it was pretty good.
I didn't see it on there. Just show me a bunch of pictures.
well, you're not looking.
Is it him stoned?
I don't know.
So nobody had a problem with all the coincidences in
What coincidences?
the whole movie's based on. Okay, well, Luke Skywalker left a map. Does anybody care that there's a map for Luke Skywalker? Or is they explain? Oh, it's the Force. It's okay.
Everything's the Force.
Yeah, that's the way you get out of it in Star Wars. Like that the Force willed it.
Like how did on Hoth? How did Han Solo bring up the lightsaber?
I don't.
How did Finn bring up the lightsaber?
I think that's a misconception. Like that
That
Samuel
only-
Jackson said that like only Jedi's can activate a lightsaber. I don't think that is canon. I think anybody can. I think it was some archaic.
Well, it
Can't
depends
go.
because if this theory we're about to read goes off of what you just said, then maybe. Because
I love this theory,
okay,
by the
so
way.
I'm just going to read this verbatim.
Okay.
This is on a Facebook post for that Robert's brother Anthony reposted. I think Han is one who activated the lightsaber, not Ben. Quote, I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Will you help me? This is Kylo.
This is
Kylo.
This
Ren
is
speaking.
Kylo and Han Solo. They're facing each other on a bridge that's in the middle of this high bridge.
To frame it even more, this is. We just spoil everything for you?
Yeah.
Wait, before you answer, I've heard he just stabs him in the stomach, doesn't he?
Yeah, pretty
More or
much.
less.
But
Is there any-
Kylo Ren's walking out and he's on this platform and Han Solo's like, Ben! Because his name's Ben. His name's Ben Solo.
You've heard the relation between them. You know their relationship.
Yeah.
So the movie goes in a little past where they say he was one of Luke's apprentices, but he turned bad,
And that's
and he
why
basically killed all
Luke's in
the
hiding.
the younglings, like Anakin
Again?
style.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and now
Luke was like, I'm out.
his hero is Darth Vader, and Kylo Ren struggles with trying to be evil. He says the light side is tempting him.
even though fucking at the end, Vader.
Yeah, so there's a whole weird thing. Everyone think he has his teen angst, because he has his anger that he just slashes walls for no reason, and he throws things around.
And he looks like a cat with big ears.
Look at my lightsaber. Is it cool?
So Han and Leia aren't together since their kid went AWOL, and they reunite in the movie. And Leia says to Han, more or less, "Go get back our son. There's still some good in him, just like my father. There was still good in him left." And so when
Her
Han,
father's Anakin Skywalker. By the way.
Thanks for that update.
Let's
Thanks for the update, Big Ben.
Let's
Darth
play
Vader.
that now. And so then, when Han actually confronts his son, they meet on the bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Is there any lava?
It's
No.
infinite space
No.
below. It's Cloud City.
Okay.
I
And
think he also possesses the One Ring.
yeah, so they meet.
And the
So
Elder
Kylo,
Wand.
Kylo Ren was
The Elder One.
Kylo Ren was walking away. Han Solo yells, "Son, Ben, come here!" And they have a face to face. Father, son, I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, I know. I've been a bad boy. And it's like, I have to do stuff, but I don't know if I can.
Okay, and now we're gonna go back.
And
to
Han
this.
Solo says, I'll help you in any way
Okay,
I can.
okay, now
and
it
then lightsaber,
Okay, you're
dead.
not-
Okay, now
Now I'm gonna go back to this.
Okay, so now that you know,
Kylo says, "Will you help me?" Han says, "Yes, anything." Kylo pulls out his lightsaber, holds it in both hands. By the way, the punctuation in this post is really bad, so I'm trying to fix it. Han reaches down, grasping the center of it. We just see their faces, but notice they aren't struggling. Lightsaber activates and goes through Han. Kylo looks startled for a moment and says, "Thank you." Han touches his son's face and falls into the abyss. So the theory, quoted here, the Kylo Ben journey to the dark side required him to kill his father. Han knew this and knew that Snoke would kill his son.
Snoke is like the new emperor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Andy Serkis'
Quotation.
character.
He doesn't know who Andy
Andy
Serkis is.
Serkis.
Which should be
Do you?
It's Gollum, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck
And
up.
Caesar and a couple other people.
he's
I
basically,
tried to make him
Is he
watch.
Is he actually in the movie? Because doesn't
No.
he usually just do a bunch of motion?
This is a motion. It looks
He
like
was in
the,
Avengers
it
too.
looks like the aliens from Avengers.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
his arms
yeah, he
chopped
does,
off.
but he looks like
He was in the
he's like a
Prestige.
projection. He's coming from. It's like when
Solid.
Thanos would project from somewhere else.
It's like
It's like when the emperor would
yeah,
project from him.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Those people were like,
So,
except he makes himself like 10 times bigger than everybody, which
Yeah.
makes me think he was. A
so
giant
Robert,
at first.
who's
I thought so too.
who is Snoke actually?
That's the question.
I'm not getting into this. I'm just
I don't.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
They
Well,
said
he's not. I've heard people say he's the emperor. He's not the emperor.
He's a new character.
Yeah,
Jar Jar. Isn't that the thing?
It's not Jar Jar.
Somebody says the Slash match is Darth Vader. It's Darth Vader. He's alive.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that.
And he's
he-
evil again.
Yeah, that just it's certain things that completely erase the original trilogy. I'm like, you wouldn't make.
But if
Darth
he's a new
Vader
character,
remake.
why pick the name Snoke? Because that's a stupid ass name.
What if it's Luke?
Snoke.
It's not Luke.
What if it's Han?
It's
That
not
makes no
Han
sense.
either. I don't know who it is. I mean, I really don't know.
All right.
That's a mystery.
Maybe it's Darth Maul.
That'd be awesome.
Grandmaster Snoke.
They said they want to completely eliminate the original or the 3 prequels except for Darth Maul because he's awesome.
They don't like midichlorians?
I like.
Abrams should have just pulled some time travel shit like in Star Trek.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
God, I love the new Star
That
Trek
or
movies.
the last X-Men movie. Completely erased
Yeah, you
everything.
reboot the entire franchise
That was-
without rebooting it.
That was so awesome.
That is such a good movie.
Erased Ratner from history completely.
Can
Okay.
we do that?
So, Han knew this and knew that Snoke would kill his son if he failed this task. By Han activating the lightsaber himself, Kylo can still go back to Snoke and report that the deed is done. But the fact that it wasn't really him that killed his father ensures there will always be a smidge of light left in him that can never be snuffed out. Thus, eventually, Han's sacrifice will succeed in his promise to bring their son home. So basically, the theory is that Han activated the lightsaber and killed himself other than
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
So he could appear in Snoke's eyes as.
Yeah. Like, because that's not something Snoke wanted. Han Solo dead. He didn't know who he was.
What do you think?
So, Kylo Ren's gonna walk over to Snoke. Hey, I know I fucking lost the whole planet. It blew up. The rebels took it. Okay, not a big deal.
But I killed my dad.
And I lost in a lightsaber battle against two people who've never held a lightsaber in their life. But I did kill my daddy. So,
It wasn't a thing for the last
I
40
mean,
years.
I mean,
It's so
that's
hard
good,
to
right?
watch Harrison Ford run. I mean, it was hard to watch in Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. We're
That
acknowledging
movie
that
is hard to watch
exists.
anyway because
Yeah.
running alongside.
But he has
Hands.
that old man run. He's 70-something years old. And I'm like, oh, God.
It's hard to watch.
I mean, part of me died when he died because he's been my favorite character in Star Wars since I've seen it. But still, I mean, watching
I
him
think he's
try to
been your
run.
wife's favorite character forever.
watching Carrie Fisher talk.
With the.
She shouldn't do it anymore. She's too old.
It's terrible.
Yeah. At least,
Corey's a body shamer.
at least Mark Hamill didn't have to talk.
Yeah.
He just got to stare for like.
He got paid $10 million to stand there and look
to
dramatic.
stand there for an overly long 45 seconds while a helicopter did a complete 900 around him on the island, zooming out and out and out, and she's holding the goddamn lightsaber
Couldn't
out.
Ray's arm get super tight?
Yeah, just take
Just
the
holding-
lightsaber already.
That thing's got to weigh at least like 6 or 7 pounds.
That's how the movie ends, and then.
And you're still excited because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Maybe if they put like a John Williams score to her holding the lightsaber out.
I was listening to Tell Him Steve Day, which has Q from Practical Jokers on it. He's talking about how it just fucking ruined his favorite character because it's Han Solo, and you're showing that this guy is a fucking deadbeat dad who just left his kids out in the middle of nowhere, and one,
He's not even a good smuggler anymore.
yeah, he's not even good.
He
Was
was
he
like-
ever really a good smuggler?
Oh, I mean, apparently. You made the Kessel Run.
Or
with,
Kessel Run and
How many parsecs? I like
12?
that joke. Like, I know you. You're Han Solo. You're famous.
14 parts. It was 12.
Yeah. Oh. What's a parsec? Measurement or time?
it's-
Or distance or time? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who is okay, so who's Ray and who's Finn? Like what's their
Connection?
yeah, what like to everyone, like what's their
I
like
think-
we know that
I think
we've
they're brothers.
established that Kylo Ren is related. What's the
I
other?
think the brother sister.
I think they're brother sister.
So,
I mean,
Leia
I know a
and
lot
two
of
kids?
yeah. I think a lot of people say that it might be Luke and Obi-Wan's kid, or not Obi-Wan, not
what?
Luke and Obi-Wan, Luke and Obi-Wan's daughter's child, because when she's having those flashbacks with the lightsaber, it's Ewan McGregor's voice. Apparently, I didn't catch that,
Yeah,
Ewan
they stuck it
McGregor,
in there.
but they
And
stuck it in
Alec
there.
Guinness.
Plus,
Mixed.
she was allowed to keep her accent, whereas the guy that played Finn wasn't. So who else has English accents?
Alan.
Yeah, the
Grand
original
Moff
Obi-Wan.
Tarkin.
Well, Obi-Wan. So it's like it's Grand Moff Tarkin. So there's a lot of people that said it might be Luke's, but I think it's going to come down to being the obvious selection, which is it's
They're
going to be.
brother.
What if the Grand Moff was Snoke? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be kind of cool. They look the same.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna sound super bad here. Who is that guy you're talking?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah.
He was the
from
really
episode
skinny
4.
face-looking guy from Episode 4. Who was in
Oh,
charge
Oh,
of the-
okay.
I think you're over
like
the
his little
chances.
like right hand man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walking skeleton.
He's the
Yeah,
number
he
one.
looked like a corpse with skin.
Didn't they
towards-
CG him into the other ones?
Episode 3. He was like when they showed the Death Star being made. You see him
And Vader
walking
was
around.
there. Okay.
Was he?
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
didn't catch
It's
that.
like a CG version of him. He's walking all fancy Nancy while
Fancy
while
Nancy.
Darth Vader has his arms crossed
Huh.
and the Emperor's.
Do you
smiling.
think that Vader's going to be in Rogue One?
I don't know when it takes place.
It takes place in
Before
between Episode 3 and 4. That's what I heard.
Mentions maybe. I don't think he'll be in it.
I heard that he might be in it. He's got to be the biggest character in any Star Wars movie. I mean,
Well, don't you think that would overshadow what they're trying to do then?
yeah, but do they care? They just gave us Episode 4 redone. I mean,
I think their intention is to make money.
yeah.
Did you see?
Bring money.
Like, imagine before Disney owned Star Wars, how much Star Wars merchandise you would see, and then how much there was for this movie.
I remember when they did that. I texted you, Robert, about that. I was like, "Did you just see this? They just bought Star Wars."
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of money. But I weigh in on lineage. My theory for Finn and Rey is
Lando,
is
take
This
care
might-
of her.
this
Take
might-
care of her for me.
is Han,
This might get offensive to some of you.
yeah, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Lando training on Princess Leia, and she had a couple kids,
Oh my god.
a couple she didn't want, a couple she abandoned on Jakku. That was her flying away. That's That's like a dumpster baby. Jakku,
Am I gonna post this?
Jakku is the dumpster, and then the other one she abandoned to the military
Is that
academy.
the trash planet?
Yeah, so she kept the Jedi. She dumps the baby one, and she sent the other to the military academy. That's what happened. They're all triplets.
And
All-
you're 100% okay with
I
me
think
posting this?
Wait, maybe.
This is Abrams' idea.
Hold on.
I had nothing to do with
Here,
it.
Wendy gonna be okay hearing
I'm gonna
this?
make it worse. I'm gonna make it worse. So maybe. So okay, as you're saying that all three of them are related.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
they all were from the same, at least sets of
Womb.
So
orgies.
would we say that Kylo Ren is older than the other two?
I think so.
So okay, so let's say Kylo Ren is Luke and Leia's older child.
Luke and Leia, brother and
Sorry.
sister, incest.
No,
Yes.
I mean, it
Still-
is in the lore.
still possible.
So Han
Who knows what
and
happened?
Han
Leia.
and Leia. And then
They're,
let's
they're a
say
little too close for my liking anyway. At
So-
the end of 6.
they hook up later on, and then maybe the next day she gets a little side action from Lando.
You know, Lando could talk his way
What
into
the
that.
fuck are we talking about?
I told you I was gonna make it worse.
This is plausible theory. Until Abrams confirms it, this is the best speculation we got.
Somebody.
So you want me to
On
nonstop?
this podcast, this is the.
You
best
want me
thing.
to nonstop tweet him with the link to this podcast until he responds to it? I don't think he's gonna listen to it.
I feel it needs to be addressed at least because if there's no incest or gangbang going on, we need to know in the Star Wars universe. You know?
So similar to Cartman's origins.
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
I can't remember. Is he the Denver Broncos?
It wasn't the whole team. I don't.
I don't remember. No, it's his mom.
Yeah, it's his
Well,
mom.
Oh, okay,
It,
there
it
we
came back, and then there became another one where they figured out who the dad was, or who the mom was. So the mom was the dad or something, whatever.
The mom was it.
Yeah, but then another episode way later, tried to figure out who the mom was then, and then I can't remember. That was like episode 200. Oh, I know. It was Scott Tenorman's mom.
That he killed
Yeah,
and put in the chili?
yeah,
Wow.
He killed
I
him.
know.
yeah. That was episode 200, I believe. So they were actually brothers.
Was episode 100 finding the dad?
No, that was like season 1, so I don't know. It was season finale of season 1. So that was episode like 13 probably.
That's a long time ago.
It has been around for so long.
It's on 19, 21 seasons.
I couldn't say.
I didn't watch this whole season, the last 2 seasons of The Simpsons, and I would watch every episode like clockwork.
Simpsons
Wait,
did
are we
it.
still talking about Simpsons or South
Well,
Park?
The
Well, I'm
Simpsons
just
did it.
saying, The Simpsons has been
Oh.
around for how many more years than South Park?
They were what, 80?
It's 28?
89? 88?
Did,
Probably 10 years longer.
yeah.
That's insane.
Did you guys see that intro?
To me, I honestly, sorry to cut you off, but Simpsons has to last
What the
longer
fuck?
than South Park. It has to.
I
would-
Simpsons does?
Yeah.
It's whoever dies first.
I'm the biggest
Yeah, I
Simpsons
think
fan in the
that's-
room, and I think that when the voice actor for Miss Krabappel died, that they shouldn't have renewed the show. And even with what Sam Simon,
9.
Mm-hmm.
they need to move on.
You heard that Matt Groening is doing a show for Netflix, right?
Yes.
Animated show. I'm kind of, I mean, because for a long time,
There's a
I've
big-
liked
lot of-
Futurama
yeah, a
more
lot of
than
Futurama
Simpsons, but I'm really excited to see what gets brought to Netflix.
Did you see that 80s action Simpsons opening?
Yes.
Soon
It's
you-
excellent.
The best opening I've seen on any Simpsons.
Very, very Kung Fury.
Yeah, that was the guy I was thinking of too. Hey, you haven't seen Kung Fury or anything, I assume.
What's Kung Fury?
Next time you have 30 free minutes because you'll probably be playing Fallout.
YouTube or Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
It's on both.
I've seen a couple seconds of it, like just the start of it.
It's so it's cheesy 80s action, just galore, time traveling, but I don't know what country they made it in
North Korea.
because they don't look like.
I
they
would
speak
assume
English.
it's somewhere in Europe because I don't remember his name. The guy that's in the Lonely Island with let's say a Swedish name maybe, isn't it? He's Hitler. If you didn't know.
Oh no! Oh, that was used from the Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh? I thought they all nobodies.
He sort of is.
Brian's saying we need to write down topics and stick to them, but I think the more organic speech from where things go to where things go is more fun.
So, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, I like the theory that it's so far
There's
past that.
I don't like that there can be so many theories. I think the movie needs to be wrapped up. I mean, what question?
How many times have you guys seen the movie?
I saw it
0.
once.
Once. I saw it twice.
Oh, okay.
So I can our rule just so this is gonna go concrete right here, right close to the microphone. Corey and I's rule, and now you guys are here, so you're under the same rule,
Okay.
umbrella of rules. You have to see a movie twice to be able to quote it.
Yeah. So I don't go around saying The Force Awakens. I can't quote it.
Did they ever say that in the movie?
I don't know. Which I don't know if they
Like
would
the
say
good
it.
quotes for the movie?
There was a thing on the Chive
Because
that
if I would
was.
watch a movie once and you start quoting it, like you haven't seen that movie enough to quote it. How dare you? So
I did the other day. I said, "Are you looking at my eye?" And I've only seen that movie once.
You can't quote that.
Anyways, so
What movie?
Cannibal. The
Cannibal the
musical.
Musical. It's such a terrible fucking movie, and Corey
So
loves
good.
it. It's
Oh my God.
awful.
It's the guys made South Park.
Is
But
it better than Orgasmo?
No,
I like it better than Gaston.
no.
They made it. They made it in college, like in film school, and they paid one person to be in the movie. So with that in mind, if you watch it, it's their humor. It's and with Troma financed it. The people who made like Toxic Avenger.
Yes.
So there's a lot of like fun going. I love Cannibal Musical. Up there, one of my favorites.
It's not good.
You watched it once and you
And
fell
it-
asleep during it.
Katrina fell asleep.
And
I watched it.
You watch it in 10-minute increments,
It was bad.
and you had it for 8 months. You didn't want to watch it. You wanted to return it to me.
Anyways,
With that in mind, you did not like the movie.
the Chive had a list, and it was like if movies ended when they said the name of the movies.
Oh, that was so funny, that video.
I didn't watch the whole video.
Oh, so funny.
Was it good?
I thought it was funny.
Because it was like the Lord of the Rings, and it ends in Rivendell.
The best part, the thing that was all funny was, like, movies like that, and it would cut to the credits, but then they put some movie like, some hardcore metal song for Lord of the Rings. Then they cut to 300, and it was like, tonight, us 300, and it played some happy-go-lucky song, the raindrops keep falling on my head. It was.
I tried to get Eric
so-
to watch Lord of the Rings, the first one. We worked at KB Toys together, and they were cleaning the floors one night, and I tried to get him to watch the movie, and it just didn't happen. So he's never seen them.
Who?
Don't let Lacey find out.
You
I've never seen any of the Harry Potters either.
Wait, who hasn't seen Lord of the Rings?
Me.
Eric.
I've never
Or
seen.
I
Harry
thought it was
Potter.
you for a
So
second.
I don't think you're allowed to be on this podcast.
There has to be a criteria.
No Harry Potters?
None of them.
0.
0.
Not even,
Zero.
Have you read the books?
not
No.
even accidentally?
So, now that we're here and we're talking about
Right,
it,
you must
tell
have,
us.
You must have felt nothing when Alan Rickman died.
I was
Dogma.
sad because of Dogma.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That's what you know him
What
from?
was it? Was it Metatron?
He wasn't Megatron, no.
No.
Metatron.
Yeah, Metatron, I think it was. So,
No,
I-
Megatron.
I want to know. I want to know from somebody that's never seen it. What is Harry Potter about?
Wizardry.
Well, I mean, elaborate. Tell me what you know
a
about Harry
one-minute
Potter.
description of all you know Harry Potter.
Or let's do a 2-minute. Let's extend it. You're on the clock.
So first movie or like the whole?
Just tell
the whole
me,
thing?
like,
do you
in
know
a
more
nutshell, what you know. Let's say all 7. Is it 7? No, it's 8 movies because it's 7
movies,
books.
7 books.
Just for the record, I'm gonna put this out there. As a whole, I'm gonna catch heat for this. As a whole,
You know,
I like
catch
Harry
feels.
Potter better than Star Wars. Because that's 8 great movies compared to 3. I like 4, 5, episode 4, 5, and 6 better than any Harry Potter movie, but there's not a bad Harry Potter movie. Chamber of Secrets is iffy, but the rest of them, I love every Harry Potter. I have my own wand from fucking Ron in the other room. I mean,
Is
anyways,
this because you believe wizardry was real for?
I saw a thing that said, would you rather
have?
have a bank full of money, a vault full of cash, or would you rather get your Hogwarts letter? I'm like, well, that's not that much cash. I'd rather have a Hogwarts letter. $100 million on a Hogwarts letter, then I might think about it.
Yeah.
Galleons. Anyways, what do you know about Harry Potter?
Besides the fact that there's galleons and wands.
Yeah.
What's the game they play where they're flying around? I can't remember the name anymore because I don't care.
It's Quidditch.
There we go.
Which we've thought about incorporating into a beer pong and have like the
We
3.
can do that. Let's do that tomorrow.
No.
So what is
Who's
there's
the secret?
there's Harry. Is it Ron?
Yeah. I just.
Ron Weasley.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the chick's name. What's her real name? Emma Thompson.
Emma
Emma
Watson.
Emma Watson.
Emma Thompson actually would be a good Hermione.
Oh wait, she's
Emma
old-
Thompson
she's
was
old,
in
isn't
it. She
Yeah.
was the clairvoyant
Yeah.
person.
She'd be better
She
Hermione.
did like
though.
astrology.
She
Yeah.
did like the tea leaves
Yeah,
and.
that's whatever. Yeah, she had big glasses. Anyway.
Are you in the beyond?
I honestly have no idea. I mean, I remember seeing all the previews, and he has to fight some evil person every movie, and
With
I
no
have no idea
nose.
why. Wasn't that just one movie, or was that? But Voldemort?
Voldemort is the
4.
villain throughout
Overarching.
the whole movies. The
4,
whole
5,
series.
6,
Was
7,
Gary
8.
Oldman a villain?
No.
No.
I mean, he was in it, but he wasn't a villain.
No, for the first movie, he was almost a villain. You
Uh,
thought he was a villain for 90% of it.
Wait, for the first, no, third.
the
no,
first
it
one he
was,
was in.
oh, yeah.
sorry.
yeah, it was Prisoner of Azkaban, and he was. I mean,
You assumed he was a villain.
when you're in the theme park, the fucking poster with him moves, with him screaming, and I'm like, ah,
Ah.
it's great.
That sounds like fun.
I'm going, but you could have gone.
I've heard of Butterbeer.
It is fucking delicious
You've
too.
heard of it from Robert, so that doesn't.
It's
count.
delicious. It is awesome.
Do you want to do a 2-minute recap for him?
No.
Of
Harry
I
Potter.
don't
Harry
know.
Potter.
Like just
No.
a real, just
No.
even the basic like.
You'll watch
No.
with the kids. But can you?
Harry Potter's born.
Probably not.
Voldemort kills his parents, tries to kill him, spell backfires, it explodes his body, but he's still living, and the next 8 movies are Voldemort basically trying to kill him and not dying.
Yeah, and also wizardry exists in our world. It's just they keep it hidden from us.
Yes.
From us muggles.
And there's a Horcrux.
What is it
Oh,
called
geez.
here? Non-Mage? Isn't that what they announced the name as?
Non-Mage.
Muggles in the United States, because now she's announcing more wizarding
the
schools.
And there's one on the East Coast.
It's East Coast, it's non-Mage.
Such a stupid.
I know. I mean, Muggles, you get over there. I mean, now it's kind of just, it's there. It's not a foreign word. But here, non-Mage, it almost counts
Yeah,
like
I'll say muggle.
no vag, which
That's what I thought. I was like, wait, what did you just say?
Dan Fogel's in it. I gave that guy a fucking high five. James just wrecked that guy's hand at Comic-Con. The guy from Balls of Fury with the long hair.
Isn't that the guy that did the ant's voice in Bug's Life?
No, that's Foley. Not Nick Foley. The guy from
Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall.
Yeah. Who's Dan Fogel?
Dan Fogel's
Is
the
that
guy with the
guy
long hair from Balls of Fury.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He was in that nerd movie. They go Star Wars hunting. Right?
Yeah.
Fanboys.
Okay. Sorry, Harry Potter.
So
You
Harry
should
Potter's
He has, a
just
next.
watch
scar,
him.
he has a scar.
No, he won't watch. I mean, it's too far
No.
gone.
Oh, with your kids.
Like if they're into Harry Potter,
I'm gonna
we'll
make
have
your
to
kids
watch
into
it.
Harry Potter now.
Anytime they
I
go
mean, if
over.
you want your kids to read, Harry Potter's a good book.
Well, they
That's
just
That's right.
for the first book now they have an illustrated version that I've been reading at Parker. He really likes it. I didn't think he was retaining it, but he's like recited things back to me. So I'm
I
like, oh.
purchased it. It's good for kids so they believe, oh man, I could get a letter.
Until you get to the fourth book and it's terrible. Or
It-
you're like Corey's ex-girlfriend.
It really-
the first book comes out when she's 11 and she thinks she's gonna get a Hogwarts letter because she's
Yeah.
got a terrible life.
Yeah, that's what happens when you mature with the book. Like, and the characters do mature. So, but if you start reading at 11, you read one a year.
Which one was this?
It's at that point where Brian starts to find Emma Watson attractive, even though she's like 15.
No, sorry. Which
What?
girlfriend?
I'll read it.
The one that puked on my shoes.
Did she puke on your shoes?
It was very close. The one on the Walking Dead run with us.
Yeah, I didn't even see her puke. Are we doing that again this year, regardless if you guys get tickets?
Yeah.
You're still
I'm
in,
still
even though
gonna-
you were like last year, like I don't know.
Well,
Still
it's
gonna
not
do
$80
Festival.
this year. It was what 40.
Yeah.
If it's 40, I will.
By the way,
They just let me buy tickets.
I can only afford and have room for one person besides Corey to the Vegas convention in August.
So, we each give you guys a weapon.
fight
Yeah.
to the death.
Cool, cool cue.
Yeah,
Two
I, can
men
I get to
enter.
quote that
Is
movie.
One
would Bernadette
man
even be
leaves.
allowed? Because we're gonna be gone Friday, Saturday,
Make it
Sunday.
fast.
Anyways, let's go back to this. We'll finish this up. We'll talk about that afterwards because we're gonna do the Vegas convention in August. We're going to do Long Beach in September, and
Which convention is in Vegas?
it's called Super Toy Con, and it's got about 12,000 attendees, but it's only $250, so we're gonna do it. And then we're
What did Long Beach have?
37,000. They just announced Alan Tudyk. Is that his name? The guy Tudyk,
He's
I
from
think-
Steve the Pirate,
King Candy.
I think
King
it's,
Candy, the guy from.
I think it's Tucock.
Anyways, he's gonna be at the Long Beach Expo, and they still want me to exhibit. So, well, let's wrap this up, and we'll talk about the convention stuff at another time. Nobody's interested in that, but
So.
Eric doesn't know Harry Potter and hasn't seen Star Wars, so he hasn't said anything in this whole.
And Lord of
episode.
the Rings.
He hasn't seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh hey,
Maybe an hour of the first one.
was
That sounds about right.
Star Wars everyone's favorite movie of the year?
I can't. You'd have to like sit me
I
down.
know what yours is.
Oh yeah,
I mean, without even thinking about it, Corey's is Mad Max.
Mad Max, best movie.
It is. Did you see Mad Max?
No.
It is fucking awesome, and I didn't see the originals, but it is so good.
Yeah, not
even
necessarily.
though I mean the whole movie. There's no point to the whole movie, but
Inside Out came out last year.
Inside Out, I loved Inside Out, but
No point.
I'd have
they
to,
go to get these women in the middle of the desert, and then they all die.
They don't go to get them.
They go
Oh.
to a sanctuary, and then there's no sanctuary, so they go back to get
If
fucking.
the whole movie's them trying to get free of
Then it's a success. Then it's achieved.
Yeah, and Morton Joe. Then that's
He
the
was
plot.
awesome.
It's them escaping Morton Joe is way better than trying to find a map to Luke Skywalker. Come on, there's no map to fucking to Morton Joe.
I would put Star Wars above Mad Max only because I love Star Wars. And I haven't seen the original Mad Max, but I did love that movie.
If Star Wars was framed with like something you hate, like Star Trek, you would have hated that
Yes.
whole.
If
movie.
there was no other background to Star Wars and Mad Max, I would pick Mad Max over Star Wars for this year. But since I do love Star Wars,
And Mad Max
I
had such
would-
cool effects. Like Star Wars had really cool CG and everything.
in
but-
Mad Max, you should watch it. They built all these fucking cars
Yeah.
and they just wrecked them. I mean,
Just-
all the explosions and shit are real explosions.
That fact alone makes it just like when you're watching, like, holy shit, man, they did that. And then everything, I say the reason Star Wars comes out is everything's like, oh, how convenient. Here's a Millennium Falcon. How convenient that. I don't think I can say that much for Mad Max. Like, how convenient they brought on Tom Hardy on the road. It's like, well, there's a reason.
I'll
Like,
watch any Tom Hardy movie, by the way.
Any?
Did you ever finish Warrior? We watched Warrior.
We watched Warrior.
I don't
It's a
like
good
Warrior.
movie.
I'm
You didn't
looking.
like Warrior?
I'm
I
looking
don't
through
know.
these. Like Ant-Man came out this year. Avengers
Ooh,
came out.
that
this
was
year.
you loved
I
Ant
put
Man.
Ant-Man above Avengers too.
Really?
Jurassic
Did you see
World
Ant-Man?
came out
Yeah.
this year.
Jurassic World I liked, but I wouldn't put it above that.
Straight Outta Compton is really good.
I haven't seen
I
it.
didn't
That's
see
good.
I'm gonna watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
I heard there's a lot of
Hateful
feedback,
Eight.
isn't it?
I haven't seen it yet. None of us have seen it yet.
No.
But I would really
I
like
hear
to
good
see
things.
it.
The
And I
Revenant.
like Quentin.
I haven't seen Revenant yet, but I'd like to see it. I have 2 kids, man. I don't get to go to the movies that often.
And all these just came out like lately. I mean, there was lots
So next week's episode, I'll finish the episode like this, but next week's podcast is going to be about Deadpool. We're all going to go see Deadpool together, right?
Yes.
And Walking Dead. You guys don't have to come for that next episode. I think I'm going to try to get Travis. But
Yeah, we'll try to pick up people who can actually hold their weight here.
Let's just make friends in the theater and
We'll just do it immediately afterwards.
I always make friends in the theater. I walk around with popcorn.
With his
So you
dick
gotta
in the
hold
bottom
it
of the.
on.
I don't have to cut it. It's just one quick.
The circumference of his wiener is the whole bottom of the popcorn thing, so he just punches out the bottom.
Yeah, it really put the pop in that
Corey's pretty
popcorn.
funny looking, by the way.
You were not that bad.
But from the waist down, apparently.
From the waist down, me.
it's dark in there. It's fine.
You have
His-
like a discus
his-
for a penis.
His wiener rivals the size of his nose.
No, it's like in Africa where they put the disc in the lip. That's what he did to his penis. It's like this big, it's like a frisbee,
Yeah,
like a skin frisbee.
this is possible.
I genuinely don't think I'm gonna edit this episode at all. I'm just gonna let it run.
You leave that's all discus in?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it all in.
Dick?
Dixis.
Dixis.
That's a thing now.
So you guys want to wrap up?
Sure.
So next week's episode will be about Deadpool. We're going to see Deadpool on Saturday. So next week, in the middle of the week, sometime maybe. Well, we could do it the following weekend.
It'll be the best Ryan Reynolds movie you've ever seen.
And Corey's going to catch up on Walking Dead, right? Try to, maybe.
Better Call Saul is better.
It is a good show. Did you watch Better Call Saul? It's good, huh?
It's very good.
So
We're gonna be fat ass kids.
Corey,
tomorrow.
do you want to come over for Walking Dead next weekend?
Is it next weekend?
It's next weekend. It's Valentine's Day, and I know you don't have a Valentine unless you.
It's on a Sunday?
Yeah, it's always on a Sunday,
That's when.
And there's no football.
and there's no football.
They're smart to do that, by the way.
Yeah, they have their
Yeah,
break
they
in
had
the
it during
middle.
Super Bowl.
So next week episode will be Deadpool, Walking Dead.
I hope Deadpool's as good as Green Lantern. Green
I've-
Lantern
I-
is probably the best DC
one of
movie.
the girls that's in a Comic-Con Facebook forum with me has already seen Deadpool. She has an embargo on her until Saturday night, which is tonight,
She's like Cuba.
but she says it's supposed to be. She enjoyed it. So it's a shorter movie. It's under 2 hours, but it's supposed to be really good.
It's good for the kids.
Funny, yeah, they're trying to make a fucking PG-13 version of it. Go to hell! Just don't take your kids. to
Lacey asked me, should Ethan watch this? I
No.
said no.
How old is he?
He's 11.
Yeah, it's not ready yet.
Prepubescent kids
Yeah, 8th grade, 9th grade, sure.
should go watch Green Lantern.
He wants to watch the Shawshank Redemption, sure, but not Deadpool.
So we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
This is this week's episode, and bye-bye.
That's how we end it?
Well, how do you want to end it?
I don't know.
Good night and good luck.
It's an explosion.
What?
This isn't a Michael Bay movie.
I was trying to do the tractor beat from Dumb and Dumber, and you made me laugh.
How did they end Are You Afraid of the Dark?
How did they end if Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I think from video they would cut the light off with the.
Oh yeah, with the candle?
And then he would snuff it out.
Should I stand up and turn the light
I
off?
think it needs to be we end this by going to get Mexican food.
That's what I have
I'm
in
down. I
mind.
have to go to the bathroom, but I'll go.
Okay.
I can't drive right now.
I can drive.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, so long folks, this is A Nerd Life with Robert Swathwood.
Corey.
Guest
Right.
stars.
Brian.
And Eric.
So long.